Well, despite the chorus from market watchers saying that they're expecting a bear run to persist this week, some have been placing emphasis on bargain hunting starting to act as a catalyst for this market picking up some momentum as we progress. What's your view on the market's activity at the moment?
I think what we're seeing is part of also the bank reforms. A lot of the banks still have a massive amount of shares of different stock on their portfolios, and anytime the market goes up, they sell some of those shares to try and recoup some of the inherent losses on their balance sheet. And I think we will see that trend continuing, that the market will go up maybe for 2, 3, 4 days, mainly from international portfolio managers coming back into the market and taking up bargains. But then domestic holders who have big portfolios and inherent losses in those portfolios will sell off to try and take some profit, and we will see this trend continuing going forward. At
least continue until we start to see some more solid fundamentals start to back a lot of these banking players moving forward. We've seen reports saying that, especially out of ratings agencies in Nigeria, say that it sees bank profit recovering this year, but that it's unlikely to reach peaks before last year's $4 billion bailout. What's your outlook in that regard as far as bank earnings are concerned for this next half?
I think bank earnings we'll see a few of the banks will go back into profit in this first half of the year. Some will have renewed troubles because they have to sort out some of their issues. I think one of the big reasons is that credit to the real economy has slowed down, and that's where the banks are supposed to make their profits. So if they're not lending to the real economy, they cannot be making those kind of profits. So I think in the first half of the year, they'll be fairly stable. Some banks will come back to profitability. Some banks will show decreased losses. And I think once we get into the second half of the year, beginning of 2011, then we can see the banks begin to accelerate again.
That having been said, we've got investors saying that valuations of Nigerian banking stocks at the moment make them potentially amongst the most attractive equity picks on frontier markets this year so far, after the sharp falls experienced last year. What would be a stock pick for you within this sector?
Within the banking sector, I mean, the likes of GTB, which have shown good resilience, good corporate model, good risk management processes, and have been a successful launch of a 13 billion naira first tranche of a bond, which was received by investors end of last year. I think GTB is a good pick. I think First Bank will always be a good pick. It's been in Nigeria for a long time. It's been a solid bank and it's maintained that solid reputation throughout the time. I think new international players like Standard Chartered and Stanbic IBTC seem to be revving up to increase their presence and expansion into Nigeria. So I think we will see them hire aggressively and try and do a massive branch expansion to try and take more of a market share in Nigeria.